Hey, y'all know what the deal is. I'm your girl, Barbie Velvet, and you guys are here for a special edition of Inked In with my girl, Ecstasy Creations, too. You feel me? So we're about to get into this hand tattoo and all that, you feel me? Y'all get and tap into the full episode. Let's go. What's the deal? Ecstasy Creations 2. What's the deal? Where'd the name come from?
So, originally, Ecstasy Creations come from the abbreviation, first off, for my first name, Ecstasy.
Okay.
And then I just abbreviated it for XTC, and then Creations, because I feel like I create. So it's not just one thing, but like creating one's power within itself, and then creating everything. So
did you always see yourself tattooing?
Actually, I did. When I was younger, I really had a passion for drawing, and then my dad was a tattoo artist, so
so you
I was
grew
inspired.
up. So you grew up watching him tattoo.
Yes.
You a daddy's baby?
Yeah, my heart.
So you say you always were passionate about doing tattoos. Did you start on yourself?
I did a couple of them on myself. The first ones that I did was on my parents.
Oh, your parents had to love you, they gotta love you, let be your baby's guinea pig.
It was a special moment. I always remember that, and so like that stuck with me. You know, moments like that. But it's about the drive within. I wasn't always just focused on tattoos, you know, so I started off before I can find like the balance to be a tattoo artist today, like fully.
What drew you back to being a tattoo artist?
You know what? It was me finding myself within a time that I was really focused on like putting myself first, because I had just had my son. So having my son was like something that I immediately I felt driven that I needed to do something, you know, and I looked at myself, and tattooing was something that I remember.
It's something about having the kid that make you be like, you know, I'm about to be back doing something for myself.
I remember I was just sitting in that room when I had him, and I was just thinking like, I finally did it, you know, I accomplished like creating something of my own, and because that alone was a really long process for me. So, you know, I had run away at 13 at a young age, and me being a mom was like, although it was something heavy, I really wanted to achieve that. So once I got to that point, it was like the next step was, which I should have did first, but everyone's different. I started tattooing.
How old is your baby?
He's 3.
Oh, your baby's small. You got a 3-year-old baby.
He's so smart.
Oh, that was the fun ages. My baby 12 now. It's like, are you good for cash apps and shoes and a pickup or a drop off at 12? So what drew you to be where you are now with tattooing? Because I met you at a tattoo party. So you definitely got the party scene popping.
Yes. You know what? Okay, so XTC Creations, let me go back and tell you how she started. So like, it was like, during the pandemic, I'd say, because I had moved back, I had went through a phase of being homeless, you know, and it was nothing new because, like I said, I ran away, so I used to do that. But during this time, it was after I had my son, so it was kind of more heavy on my heart. But like I said, since I was looking at myself a lot, I told myself that I had to do something, and then being homeless, I actually started off at like 7-Elevens and gas stations. And then what I would do is I would go and pull up in my whip, and then I would roll a blunt and like blast the music, and I would get all dressed up like XTC Creations, you know, and just be her. And I would just stand out there, and then I would just chill, and then people would walk by like, oh, I like your tattoos, or, you know, make conversation, and right away I'd be like, oh, thank you, you know, I'm a tattoo artist, and I'm doing house calls. And like, I know it was a pandemic, so it was like something like, oh, you're doing house calls, like it was hot, and it actually, instead of being a disadvantage, I used it to my advantage. And it worked. I did a lot of footwork because I didn't have an Instagram at first. So I would speak to people, and people would be like, oh yeah, like give me their number, send me the outline, I'd go print it out, and then a couple hours later go and pull up to their house and start doing tats. Each money that I'd spend, you know, would cover my hotel. But I had to get out of that and keep going. So I really had to keep pushing through that time. It was like being homeless really, it stirred me in a way to fire me up. It was like my motivation. So, yeah.
How was coming on to you?
It's good.
Yeah. I can't see it from his hand, so I'm like,
you're not gonna be able to see it because it has the outline with it.
Yeah, I'm like, only you can tell me. I'm like, how is it looking?
No, I can see it. It's just mixed with the purple lighting.
Oh yeah, I can't see shit on this end.
It's tricky, but yeah,
Cause I ain't never got no hand tattoo, so I like shit. Yoda, you can tell me. Like, how is it coming out?
I haven't either. I have a finger tat, but that's it.
So that had to be like, definitely like, you know what, I'm finna get out here driven, getting out there, finna be, put my name out there. When did you decide I'm about to get out here? Before you got to that point of getting out there and putting yourself out there, what made you say, you know what, I'm finna get back into tattooing? Because you had to stop doing it for a minute.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, shoot, I went into a tattoo shop one day, and I was feeling like I needed to get a tat. You know that feeling when you just need to feel like pain, as every person probably different reasons you go. And during that time, I needed to get a tattoo. So the person who was working there actually saw potential in me and let me work.
For real?
Started working there.
So you went in there and you would just like started doing your apprentice?
Yeah.
Because you start off like as that's how it works, right? You go in as an apprentice first.
And that's how it started, because I went and got a couple tattoos, but you know I had actually explained my story, and you know it was something that was, you know, it was dope, because right away like he saw potential, and then yeah, the boss was like, do free tattoos for you know, a couple weeks, and then let's see how that goes, and then like to get hired. And then the first day I did like a couple, and he looked and he was like, oh yeah, you start charging them, you're hired. And I was like, all right, for sure. So then that's how it started. And eventually I was just like, I got a lot of experience doing that, so it was pretty dope. And then from there I just kept going.
What's some of the ups and downs that you experienced when you first started? Cause that was like your first time like taking it serious, like business, right? Like working in the shop and all that. Was that difficult?
It was the thing that was difficult. Not too much of the work, because it came natural, but it was more or less like the work, the shadow work behind it, which like it took time away from my son. I was a new mom. You know, I felt like driven. Excuse me, sorry. And I didn't want to. I didn't want to feel like I wasn't around, but at the same time, I knew how to, you know, face what any single parent, mother would go through, you know what I mean, when having a child that she...
Yeah, and you're trying to chase your dreams at the same time.
Yeah, so it was hard being away from him, and then being homeless at the same time, because I had to really get up on my game, so it changed, and it wasn't until I actually had some pretty incredible people helped me. I was able to get on my feet, and from there, like.
Did you still work at the shop, or did you stop working there? How did you go working
Yeah,
at the shop?
I had to stop because it wasn't for me, to be honest. I moved on. My next mission was doing the XTC creations because I stopped doing tattoos too. When I stopped doing the shop, I stopped tattooing as well. Again, for like a couple months. I had to figure myself out in my life. It was a lot. And then once I started figuring out again, that's when I was able to get on my feet and go in a different direction. And then I ran into this dope place. They're called, it's the Lounge. It's on Normandy. And they believed in me. I walked in there one day, and the owner and his wife, they just saw potential right away. And she was just like, if I wanted to, I went in there for like a Taco Tuesday one day.
Oh, like a party tattoo, like how you did?
Like how events, what I mean? Yeah, and it was a lounge, and right away, they were like, if I wanted to be a part of it, and to me, I was like, what? Like, hell yeah, and I was just like, so we on. So then, with that, like, I took advantage of that, and I started getting more customers. I eventually got an Instagram, I started developing, like,
more business, putting more business behind it.
Yeah, and it was pretty dope. So I got to experience a lot of things and emotions because it was a lot to handle, and especially like just in my mental state alone, to be like, self-driven. I'm alone out here, and I'm doing what I gotta do. Sorry, sometimes.
Alright, so when you tell yourself you get back into tattooing, doing your parties and shit, you feel me? How do you balance dealing with, because when I seen you at the parties, I told myself, like, you got to be one hell of a tattoo artist. It's like you doing it in one stride, you feel me? How do you balance doing it at parties, like picking the right tattoo, people, their pain tolerance, like how do you balance that at parties?
Well, I feel like it has to do with the person. And then it has to do with, it takes a lot, to be honest, but from what drives me to be like that, I think it's like satisfaction when you like already been there, done that, and then like you have control of like speaking to people all at once. You have control of like understanding like energy, being high, and then like you being able to manage the energy and like doing what you have to do at the same time. So it was a lot to conquer, but I eventually did it.
You think you kind of got it mastered at the party. You got the little party scene mastered. To see was like, yeah. She's like, yeah. Extra creations. She got it mastered. Okay. Because I done seen you at a couple of rock star parties. I done seen you at the lounge. You just did my birthday party. Shout out to Unique's Palace for having us out.
Yes, thank you.
How was it? Did you have a good time?
I really did. I enjoyed. The energy was really dope. I love that everyone was just there supporting you and like actually genuinely like was in the vibe.
Yeah, I was so excited to have all like my real
surprises up my sleeve. In conclusion with like the whole thing. Yeah, can't really speak, but it's like it's dope. I have some dope surprises.
Okay, and so you just was telling me when you came today, you got your new shop about to be popping.
Yes. That also is a big surprise. I haven't released yet.
Oh.
So I haven't.
Something else.
Yeah. No. Well, it doesn't matter.
So when you tell yourself,
we can talk future stuff.
Yeah, because when you think about yourself as a tattoo artist, I know like they always say like, are you like a live portrait type of person? Do you like doing cartoon work? What's your favorite? Are you a black and white person? What's your
really enjoy like shading. I love creating stuff like freehand, and then I also like when people have like some dope pieces that like are like not cartoons but like realistic looking, just different. It all depends. I feel like the most thing that makes me have fun with any tattoo, doesn't matter what it is like the story behind it, why people are getting it.
What's the dopest tattoo you've ever done? that you love? Like that's like, yeah, that's my favorite. That's my little yay right there. That's my little yay right there.
Oh, that's such a good question. Because I have so many.
I definitely need to smoke it. I'm holding it together. Good for the camera, baby. Okay? Let me tell you something. I wish I could bitch y'all like a motherfucker.
I got a light hand too, though, you know? That's the best thing.
Yes, sir.
You're doing a good job, by the way.
But what's keeping me going is the questions, baby. Okay.
I know.
So what's the dopest tattoo you've ever done?
I did this one piece, and it was the devil whispering in the ear, and I was like, it was so dope because the devil whispering in the ear. But it was on the head though, so it was a really dope piece.
Wow. That's gotta be a motherfucker. This is a motherfucker right here, and I'm not gonna lie. You know. Yeah. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. What's the weirdest place you've ever tattooed?
Oh, funny story.
I definitely want to hear it. This shit right here.
So one time when I was in the shop, over there on Long Beach Boulevard, this girl, she came in and she said that she wanted a cover up on her coochie. So I was like, okay.
A cover up on the coochie. She was mad.
Yeah, she needed that. So I was like, for sure. And it was just such a funny, awkward artist moment because we have consultations, like, So I'm like, well, because we couldn't decide on what she wanted. And I was like, man. She was like, well, how do you work? And I was like, you know what? I just doodle. And it's true, I doodle. So I started doodling on her. That was the only way, and it was like the most awkwardest thing because I had to doodle on her coochie, and it was like I had to redo it, think of different looks. It was.
When did she ultimately decide to get over the coochie? I have to know.
Oh my God, what's so funny about it is I can't remember.
Oh, that's gotta be crazy.
I can't remember. What the heck? Artists probably have that in common.
What's the longest tattoo you've ever had to do? That's what happens when you come on Widescope Podcast Radio. You get stomped. What's the longest tattoo you've ever had to do? It's like, oh my God, that shit right there. I've never. What's the tattoo that you did? You was like, I never want to do that tattoo again.
Oh my God. It's someone's fucking neck, man. And there's a lot of stories, but it's cool. That's what we go through, and I go through it with them. All my clients, I think every artist goes through everything with them when you're doing a tattoo. But man, it was like his neck, and he was just upset and crying, and it was like I felt so bad. I didn't want to finish, but at the same time,
I felt him though. He was going through some pain.
And it was he.
But damn, if you ask for some shit on your
because
neck.
if I'm halfway through it and you can't do it, or if I'm doing something and it just looks and then you just gotta go with it. So then it's like torture, and if you're going with it, it's just like you're already through it. You gotta keep going.
So did he keep going?
Yeah.
Yeah, he cried though, huh?
It took 2 days.
It took 2 days?
Yeah, come back.
Damn, he had to get it done in 2 days. I felt him.
I told him, just don't go think about it, you know what I mean? Go home and relax, because we both, I guess, couldn't go through it together.
Damn, I know. I feel him, because I know I'm going through some pain, but I'm just taking it like a gangster.
You are.
Gangster. Taking it like a I'm smoking. We smoking today on the set, because we in the studio today, but we were smoking. Because when I tell y'all, this right here ain't no joke.
Hand tats aren't. That's one thing if you're ever thinking of getting a tattoo is that hand tats, they hurt.
I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I was getting it on the arm.
I know what you were thinking. This piece is dope because you're an artist.
I wanted to do something that I knew. I know I could sit and talk with you that it would take my mind over. Because I know it hurt like a bitch. But if I could sit and talk, to take my mind off of it. It ain't nobody else I wanted to know shit about. So I was like, fuck it. I know I want to know shit about it. So I'll take this one. Are your parents still alive?
Yes.
How do they see you now, seeing the big tattoo artist since they come from the tattoo game? What does Daddy say?
Man, I'm pretty sure like there's a lot he could say, but yeah, he's proud.
Taking over the party scene and all that. You know what I'm saying? Come on now, don't try to be modest, bitch. Everybody know what's up with the party scene, okay?
Yeah, it'd be a lot. No one really realizes a lot of behind it, but I love it and I'm so thankful.
Man, tell me about it. That's how I look at people. They don't know how much work go into these parties, man. I be like, y'all don't even know.
Yeah.
This shit ain't no fucking joke. What the fuck you did? I got my boy Green Visuals in the building. I got Fitz Films in the building.
I love it.
I got Extrications Better Half in the building. I'm in pain like a motherfucker, and I'm just trying to take this shit. I don't know if I think I overthought it. Definitely. See, I knew it was gonna hurt. That's why I didn't even really want to pick nothing. I said, "Oh, I'm gonna do it."
I really didn't want to go all out. I know henna is really a lot, so I wanted to pick something that was...
Yeah, I wanted to pick something going and easy, boy. My mom hated tattoos. I remember I was like 14 years old. I went out with my sister and I got Barbie tattooed on my hip. Because I said, I don't want to be like everybody else out here with other people's names on them. I'm going to make sure that I get my own name out here. You know what I'm saying? So I went and got my name. Oh, I thought it was so hard.
You got your own name?
Yeah.
You know what? I've always wanted to do that.
Man, I remember I was so... This shit ain't like... I was so comfortable talking to my mom in the shower one day. The towel fell. She's like, what the fuck is that? Can't say so. I'm like, oh shit. It's a tattoo. She knew I went with my sister. She called her at work. You got her tattoo. She's a minor. I'm with all the police.
Ooh. How old were you?
I was like 14. I was 14. About to be 15. I was popping.
I was 11 my first time.
For real? Mm-hmm. See, mom, there's a lot of people out here getting tattoos as minors. What you was out here playing with the tattoo gun yourself, or your parents supposed to let you get it?
Man, so...
What was your first tattoo?
Mine?
Yeah.
Let me think, because...
That shit was hurting right there. Ooh, for you right there. That's it.
I feel like it was my own parents. It was that one time when I tattooed on my parents. That was the first time I ever tattooed.
What was the first tattoo you ever got on you?
It was a little star. It was like on my lower hip. I actually convinced my dad because like I was really mature for my age, and I told him I was like, Dad, I got straight A's and everything, like, and I'm working hard on my grades, like doing everything I gotta do. I'm on time. I said, and if I make a promise to have straight A's throughout like the whole year, that that basically, you know what I mean? If he gives me the tattoo, then I would have straight A's. If I get the tat, I would have straight A's.
Dang.
And they were futurely talking because I really didn't at the time. So.
You love him,
and
baby.
he was just like, well, I guess, like, I don't know, and I was just like, oh wow, and we set it up, and I kind of forced him into it, but he was so guilty. We didn't tell my mom, but I didn't tell my mom until like 19 years old, like about my first tat, which I had already tattoos by like 16. I was like already tatted, but I didn't tell her about my first one until I was the story about it until I was like 19. I kept the secret.
Oh shit. So, what was the most painful tattoo you ever gotten since you all tatted up?
Man, this neck.
With the butterfly in the middle?
You know what? And it was dope because this butterfly is a really good symbol for me. So,
what does it symbolize?
It symbolized me stepping into my power of XTC creations and really like evolving. I felt like I wasn't just like that worm or like that orphan Annie out there. You know what I mean? We just bloomed in our spirit. So like one day I was just like, this is her. So the butterflies represents the transformation.
Into being who you want to be.
Who I am, yes.
The version of ourselves we always wanted to be.
Yeah.
Man, I told somebody some shit the other day. They was like, you know, you probably need to kiss this person's ass a little bit, you know, just a little bit more, you know, get a little further where you need to be. And he said, you know, come on now, bro, what do you bring to the table? I said, man, I am the table. You feel me? I used to not feel like that. I'm glad it's happened. I have no idea what's happened, but it's something about when you step into being the version of yourself you want to be. Like, you ain't taking no shit from nobody. You don't care. You 1,000 with yourself. You're not half-stepping shit. You feel me? And I feel like that's where I'm at now, where it's like I ain't playing no games with nothing or nobody. I am who I am, and I'm not kissing no ass to get there. And I definitely ain't shoving no shit. Now, have I shoved shit once upon a time? Yes, I did. But am I doing it now? Hell no. Seriously. Is tattooing where you're gonna start? Where you in with your artistry? Where you want to take it?
No, definitely not.
So you got your clothing, you got your tattoo game.
Stuff to give, you know. So I really want to make like energy shifts in the world, and I want to create goodness and a balance. So with that, like I feel like there's different directions I can go with, but it's like it's something that I can create, like helping people. I want to help people along the process, like, you know what I mean? When I get established and like, create opportunity. That's like the goal, is to help everyone get out of this shit. Once I get out.
What's the weirdest tattoo you ever did for someone? Or it was like, I really don't want to do this shit. I think this is ugly, but you want this dick on your forehead, so.
Yeah. I don't think that I wanted to go with
God damn, boy, I tell you, I didn't think this shit through. Oh. I was holding on to pineapples like a motherfucker, right? Because we got a safe word going on pineapple. So I said, shit, I'm holding on to pineapples like a motherfucker. Like, damn, I want to use it. But I'm holding on to it, you know what I'm saying? Because I can't let this shit come out and I was bitching up. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta go hard. But what I tell y'all, woo, my dick is in the mud. I definitely gonna have to check. This is not for 18 and nothing. You feel me? Because god damn, this shit hurt like a motherfucker, okay?
You're doing a good job though.
Thank you. Y'all heard the bitch. Excuse me. Y'all heard the queen. She said I'm doing a good job. It's like when, yeah. Wasn't a good way to go with the conversation.
I told you it was gonna hurt.
Yeah, you
already
did.
Knew that you were gonna be feeling this way, and it's okay. That's what I do with my
It's like when they tell you not to get a perm and you still get one. Like they tell you not to get one. They just gonna fuck up your hair, but you tell yourself that your great hair gonna take it. And yeah, it hurt like a motherfucker. I ain't gonna
It's just that lining. Once I get through the lining, it'll be dope. And then once I go
that's another part of it.
The shading's gonna be hard. I'm really light hand.
No shade.
But I tell my customers is never like focus on the whole process. Just think about everything else. Don't look at it. Don't do all of that. Like let the artists just do their thing. Like because it's like
how do you walk your artist through the pain? I mean your client through the pain. How do you walk through the pain? Not the same.
Man,
I'm just telling y'all I'm doing really good because I'm not even a pain type of motherfucker. You feel me? But I'm taking it like a gangster
distracting them, talking and stuff, and just doing my best to like.
What's the weirdest shit you ever tattooed though? Like, ever somebody come and say, yeah, I want a dick on my forehead, or like Savannah spelled backwards, like some dumb shit.
Oh shit!
You gotta have tattooed something dumb before, like Spider-Man with no clothes on, like just something stupid.
Let me go through the vaults in my head, shit, because there's so many tattoos.
I done been through so many shows of tattooing that I'm like, yeah, I definitely want to know. Have you ever, like, what's the weirdest cover-up you've ever done?
I think that someone really just wanted, like, it wasn't so much of a cover-up, it was just, they wanted to do something that was, like, impossible. I feel like customers don't understand. They'll come at you with something that's impossible, but it's not.
What's something that you didn't have to say, like,
I was
sorry,
like,
bitch.
Man, what is
I
that?
cannot give you a low rider.
Okay, so it sucks because someone gave me a picture that it was like it was a pig, and it was a drawing of a pig, but the pig was so off, and he said that he wanted on his butt cheek, and I was like, what? I was like, look, bro, I'm not even here to play that shit, because if you're lying, you feel me, which is too much, like, it's too good to be true. So I was like, canceled. When customers come at me with some bullshit, it's like, do you really?
He probably really wanted some bacon on his ass.
I mean,
but that was crazy though.
It was random, for sure.
You just had to tell her though. What's another no you told someone?
I get upset when people think that, like, they want to get, like, alright, I know you want to get your boyfriend or your girlfriend's name, like, 1 or twice, but, like, more than 5 times, stop. Like, stop. Because it's just over and over in different styles, and then it's like, and then they end up coming back and wanting to cover up all of them. And it's like, why do you just get it like once, my guy, or girl, twice, maybe, okay.
Oh, so you didn't get the multiple names? Mm-hmm. I know somebody that got somebody's name 15 times on there.
Mm-hmm, that shit.
I said, girl, he must be laying golden dick.
Or something.
Like, he touched the back or something, like. He didn't hit your pussy so hard your brain flipped over in your head.
Damn. Shit, zombified.
See, that's the type of love I'm looking for. You feel me? It be like, oh, when certain bitches say they had that, I be like, what sign is he? What's his name? What area did you meet him? They be like, why? So I could not go to that area, not fuck with that name, and nobody born on that day. Cause if a nigga fuck me retarded, I'm gonna be mad. Be at the Social Security building like, what's wrong with you? Oh bitch, don't be laughing and shit, bitch.
Tell her what's wrong.
It be like, what's wrong with you?
No.
I've been digmatized.
That's funny.
When I tell y'all, I'm taking it like gangster. Gangster, 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 gangster girls, all pause. Jathan, you ain't got no tattoos, huh? You a virgin campus, huh? You ain't getting inspired? No? What scares you about getting a tattoo? What's good? Gotta ask the audience a question. Why you haven't got no tattoo?
I don't see myself getting tattoos because I don't know what to get. I'm undecisive. Probably gonna get some stupid shit. And I just like looking at people having tattoos.
Yeah. See, that's the thing too. I guess motherfuckers ain't just. I ran into a lot of people that just been like they just can't figure out what to get, and I'm like, damn. I realize that sometimes you just jump out there. I think sometimes, I realize with people with tattoos, sometimes even about what we get nowhere, we just like, man, I want a tattoo here. I don't even know what I want, but it's just this part of my body I want covered.
Yeah.
Like me, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. But I knew I was in safe hands. That's why I said, well, do what you gotta do, but god damn. Shake said, nah. Cool, Jacob? Just get a little dot, just so you can see what it feel like. I give you a little
dot.
Get a little mold. I was thinking about I was trying to get everybody to just get a mold. like, you ain't even gotta get.
I've done a mold.
See, I was thinking this henna shit was gonna be easy, right? Because I was like, okay, a couple of dots. Like, as soon as it start hurting, she gonna stop. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. Yeah.
Stop.
Huh?
The pain don't stop.
The pain do stuff. See, I'm taking it like a gangster. Right when it starts to get to the point where I want to use my safe word, she stopped. She's a good. She's like a good man. Okay. Oh. Is there any tattoo artist that inspired you besides watching your dad?
Yeah, shit, man. I grew up, you know what I mean? I always talked about, like, Kat Von D. She was dope, but she's the first, you know what I mean, female artist and shit. And, I liked her energy. So.
You see, y'all got the same type of, vibe and shit like that. I can see that. I can see that being somebody that you could definitely look to.
Yeah, Kat Von D she'll always be a legend. Mm-hmm.
Definitely. I think a lot of people just don't understand that the people that was doing shit in the beginning, they matter. You know what I mean? A lot of people I think we care about who's trending more than we need to pay attention to who are the people that's been here since the beginning. Who the people are the original trendsetters and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Definitely.
I feel like we lost a lot of the essence in a lot of things.
Yeah. Especially when it comes to
That's why it's up to us
tattooing.
to bring it back, though. You know what I mean? That's why the charisma and what we do. Mm-hmm.
What do you want people to take away from your work as an artist?
What do you mean?
When people take away you as a tattoo artist, what do you want people to take away from your work?
I want them to always have a good feeling of when someone sits in your chair, you know what I mean, and you create a vibe or you connect with that person or you hear their story or you understand things. I feel like when they walk away, feeling perhaps I spoke to them or get somehow, somewhere there's always some message in something. I feel like leaving my essence of positiveness is always key. Just having good vibes all the time for me. And sharing that and wanting to be like that. You know? Because I don't feel like everyone shares that value.
Who's been one of the who's been somebody that you've tattooed that you've been that you was that's I don't want to say A-lister, but who's somebody that you tattooed that you feel that made you feel oh shit? Have you gotten one of the people I wonder do people get people to hit them up off Instagram I love your work? Have you gotten to that point where somebody hit you up and you went to a complete stranger? 'Cause I know you make house calls, so have you gone to a complete stranger? I mean, I know I'm a stranger, but I'm just saying, it's a difference of, somebody hit you up you've never met. How do you deal with that, since you do house calls? Have you dealt with that, doing somebody's tattoo you've never met before?
Yeah, all the time.
Pulling up on them?
I've always, I've been doing that even up until now. I still do that. That's what XTC Creations provides is you know what I mean?
Because I know it's different when you at the gas station, you meet people, you get to catch a vibe for them. But for me, it's been I've been doing different interviews.
Well, that was in the beginning, but
now that Instagram is involved, it'd be different. We be having.
I book an appointment over Instagram, and it's.
Even though it's stuff we have to be cautious with, it's crazy that I have been having good experiences with people that I don't know. You know what I mean? That are way more on the shit that I'm trying to be on than people that I see every fucking day. I'm damn. It's crazy that they say strangers will support what you got going on more than people that you've known.
That's absolutely true, because let me tell you something. The most people who believe in me, they were never there from the beginning, but at the same time, they have been the most out of my entire life, you know.
Yeah, it's crazy. Strangers will support you more than people that you've known forever. That's been my experience this last month, this last whatever, like since October till now, I've been realizing people I've known 20 years don't always matter. Like, leave the door open for new energy because you never know what that new energy could bring. Because you know, like, that's sometimes we be raised at like day one, A1. You know what I'm saying? Like, some ones be your day one, A1, but all of them just because they're your day one don't mean they A1. You know what I'm saying?
I have found it, that energy to be really draining, to be honest, for my present life. It's really draining to carry that.
Yep. I'm learning. God. Yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna do the middle finger. So I'm doing it though. I didn't think I was gonna be able to. I said, you gonna bitch out? Like, no, you can't bitch out. You gotta take it like a man.
No, I already knew. That's why I asked you.
I don't know. I definitely was telling myself, like, it's gonna be some soldier up shit. You feel me? What time is it, y'all?
11.
12 o'clock is this today the first?
It's the second now.
It's the second now. It's about to be the second at 12
You know,
o'clock.
rent be due.
I will be the second.
In an hour it'll be the second. We got another virgin canvas in the building. And no joke, you gotta take it like a man. Me either. Can somebody roll a blunt and pass it to me? I definitely need to smoke. When I say I need to smoke, can we cut the camera for a second? Okay. Y'all know what the deal is. So basically, when you think about the future of ecstasy creation, what's the future?
The future, I see myself taking everything further to the next level, especially in regards to my clothing, the XTC creations, and then I'm going to be expanding that and having different people have the opportunity to model for me.
Okay.
And then
She's looking for some brand ambassadors. Okay.
And then also, you know, I love being creative. I am a model, so like I do music videos. If anyone needs me for their music video, or like an extra for something, or they need someone to be part of the team to like be a creative mind, I can always give input and like create something with someone. Do a collab. I'm always up for collabs, whatever it is.
And you definitely always available for bookings for parties.
Oh yeah, I do.
And
I do
events.
events.
'Cause she do made. You got your event gotta be coming with that swag though. Okay, she ain't doing your barbecue. She doing these. You gotta come with that event swag. Okay. And then you definitely got your line. We need to try. Is she definitely runway ready with her creation? So definitely runway ready.
Got the whole shirt on.
Okay.
I got my bag just sitting, chilling.
You feel me? So you definitely got that popping. And then
I'm gonna have a lot of stuff for the ladies, like, you know, and just like have a whole diversity of different sizes, but like also.
That's the thing. That's the thing. People gotta hit them with the diversity of sizes. Okay. People don't understand. It's mostly us queens who shouldn't probably that we are. Okay? So when people be like, oh, I don't know if that's your size, Barbara, guess what? Watch how I make it my size. So y'all need to understand, that's where people hit them, because us thicky thicks, we trying to show that skin too. So that's how you hit
And
them
that's
with
what
the
I
rice.
want to do is provide that, like.
All right, she said she coming with the thicky thicks too, so y'all be ready for that, okay?
And the looks are all based off of my looks of XTC Creations, cause
Okay, she coming with that swag.
so I want my ladies to like tap in on my energy with clothes.
And then trying to have, and then shoot, I guess every lady, I feel like should have, you gotta have that one or two outfits that bring that swag. You feel me? Even if you don't dress like that all the time, you want to stay ratchet ready. Stay ratchet ready.
Okay, so I'm gonna do a long line and I just need you to just
All right, embrace
breathe the whole
basically.
time.
I got my audience in the building. Shout out to the squad up in here. You feel me? Ain't nobody done passed me no blunt yet, so I feel like everybody in here is fired.
Well, mine is finished, so I just, you know.
If lit, light it and
I'll
pass
make
it.
my own video for you.
Light it and pass it so it can count, y'all. Cause when I tell y'all this outline, okay, alrighty, this right here. Yep.
Breathe.
Yeah, this right here, I don't know, right here. Yeah, buddy. This right here, suck it to your mama. Yeah, shout out to my mama. Shining down on
Shout
me
out.
from heaven.
Yes.
Man,
I feel like mom energy is always just the best.
man, ain't nothing like it. I thank God that I still feel my mother's energy every day. What's the best tattoo gun?
Shoot, man.
Hold on, pineapples. Girl, do I act like you don't know our safe word?
I didn't feel it because I was focused on that dope ass little line right there.
My bad,
I hit
girl.
it clean.
Weed is a motherfucker. Shout out to Mary Jane. I appreciate you. In hard times like this, when Novocaine is not available, Lord, I promise you, this shit right here, you be like, where is an epidural when I need one? Shit.
I know.
Shout out to all the people out there with hand tattoos. Much respect to you. The reason why I wanted to get this tattoo is because I feel like I'm blossoming. Right? I feel like this is like, the reason why I really like this is because I tell myself like, this to me is like femininity at its blossom. You feel me? Like, I feel like just like a butterfly blossoms and a flower blossoms, it's like two different things. Like, as a woman, you learn how to blossom with strength, and you have to learn how to blossom with femininity and being graceful, and learning that you get more with honey than vinegar. It took me a long time for that because I'd rather just sock your ass in the face. And I learned you gotta use grace. Cut it. So when we talk about like the oddest places you've ever done tattoos, or some of the craziest butt tattoos you've ever done?
Shoot, I wouldn't even say it was crazy because I haven't done a crazy one yet. Almost. There's been some consultations that's been really crazy.
What's the craziest consultation of a butt tattoo? What the butt tattoo game looking like out here?
Man, someone really wanted they said they wanted a tramp stamp, the original tramp stamp. I say you're lying, no one wants that tramp stamp, but they were serious that they wanted the original like tramp stamp that said tramp stamp.
Yeah.
So I didn't do it. Cause like, it's crazy. Yeah, it's tramp stamp.
Have you ever did a penis tattoo?
Not yet. Not yet.
Because I know a lot of people, like, I be watching a lot of tattoo shows and people be getting it done. I be like, wow. Have you ever done piercings?
Yes, I have.
What's the craziest piercing you've ever done?
You know what? It's Just the lip was pretty intense for me, I'd say, because the lip is there's so many things, and then you have like that little vein right underneath. Yeah. Someone passed out on me when I pierced her lip.
Oh wow, that had
So
to
it
be
was like
crazy.
it was an experience that I haven't pierced ever since.
Dang, that had to be an experience. You said
Man, I
did.
didn't have no.
She said I ain't done no.
A lot of people don't realize how much things can really hurt though, like, and it's the process too.
Hey, what's the? I know a lot of people think it's always better to get a tattoo drunk. I don't know. That's the worst idea because you bleed more.
So let me tell you something. Sleepy tats are the worst. Sleepy tats are where you'll find yourself in pain because you're tired and
irritable.
Very much so, and then like you want to get it done, but also like sometimes like people don't realize what the process is. So yeah, the sleepy tats one, when you're drinking and you're tired and you just want it over with, those are the most irritating tats you could ever get. Don't do it.
That's so funny. I think a lot of what's some of the other worst experiences you dealt with people that think it's better to get a tattoo drunk, which is a myth. People, is not a good idea.
You know what? I think that when people come at you and they just don't know what they want, they feel like they want a tattoo and they're fucking ready, but they don't know. I mean, then you spend like a whole hour thinking that they're gonna get a tattoo and deciding, and then when it comes down to it, like they're so drunk, they're like, yeah, no, like I'm not doing this.
And like you wasted all this time.
Yeah, it's the worst. What I'm doing is I'm doing it negative, so that way it actually shows with just your skin color instead of you coloring it in. It's gonna stand out more. Especially when you hold the mic.
How do you figure out what's your best preference of how you prepare for a tattoo? Do you come up with your best way? Is there like a standard way on how people prepare for a tattoo, or is there a certain way you over time created your own process on how you like figure out what people want, sketch it and whatnot, or is it all just standard how it goes?
I feel like that was built all over time because every artist is different, and then so like I had to develop my own. But I feel like we all in general have like the same routine, probably just different I don't know, just different ways. But I feel like we all have to really like have our outline ready. It's important to have the outline ready no matter what. It's important to know like what you're looking to be doing, so that way we're better prepared. Like say if you want a certain color or something, like it all depends on the piece. Yeah, so it's just different. My technique though that I like to do is I like to gather my outlines. I like to know what I'm going to be tatting, so that way I can come prepared and then expect like time limit, and then also like understand like what the customer wants. That's the most important thing, understanding what the customer wants.
What's your favorite style of tattooing?
Oh, I really love like coloring and shading. It's so much fun. Watercolor is fun. No one ever likes to get watercolor. I don't know why.
What is that?
So it's
Is that where it's like no black line?
Yeah, it's just all colors together, looking like just water.
Bro, I'm gonna try that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
What is?
This is watercolor on my stomach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, little example.
Okay.
Not too far into depths how it can be, but yeah, I've done like a few pieces like that. So
that's tight. I'm trying to get something like that watercolor. That's tight.
Yeah.
I be seeing that, but I didn't know what it was called, but I just see the where it's like, I just basically call the words like no black lines. I just say it's just all color. You know what I mean? But that's tight. Ooh.
There's gonna be some spots that are gonna hit the nerve for sure. So be prepared for that.
I'm prepared for it. I'm trying to be.
You're doing good though. Most people be fucking,
How many people have you seen just pass out on tattoo?
like about 6.
Dang, what's the craziest tattoo you see somebody pass out on?
Was it the face? I think that someone was drunk one time. They got their face and they just passed out, and like their face wasn't done. So it sucks.
So how do you deal with like people that you meet at a party? Like you have to get the information, like go meet up with them another time. Then if they can't get it done at the party.
Almost definitely. If you can't ever get a tattoo all in one night, it's so important to make sure you get the customer's info and they get your info, and then like talk about like the deals you would give them for waiting if they can't get it that night. Talk about how, you know what I mean? Like, so I make sure I do that with my customers, and like they always get it. So that's the most important thing I be saying. So I don't. For the customer, if they want to wait, that's their option. If they don't, I understand. But for the most part, I feel like when they do, it's important to get my information. It's important to tap in with me and let me know what you want beforehand, so that way I include you in my agenda for the next day and expect you to give me a tattoo. So that way I make up for not being able to.